requesting a state affiliate portal and also submitting the information that we need to build it out for you. And then you can ask some questions. We can have a discussion about what you see. So I'm going to dive right in. I think we introduced everybody, right?
Yeah,
that was the last one.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and Brandy is recording so that we can hopefully have something for people to watch to give them an idea of what we offer. So I think the best way to start this conversation is to share with you the form that we've created, and we call it the NEA Certification Bank Affiliate Checklist. And we'll share the link with you. It's just a Google Doc. And what you do is you go in and you enter the information about your requested state affiliate portal, and you provide your email address, and then we can work with you to build it out. It's pretty straightforward, but we like to walk through it and answer any questions before you start to fill it in. So we've got our name of the portal, and I'm going to open a few different ones so that you can see a few different examples of our existing affiliates. We've got Virginia here, Virginia Education Association Certification Bank. I think I also have Oregon Open. You can see it's all branded to the state. And we actually offer the ability to have a custom background here. You can do the standard NEA one, or you can choose to provide us with a file of your members if you like, if they have given you permission, or you can do some kind of stock photo that you have the rights to. We can do that for you, customize it. And you can actually have a different image for the unauthenticated user versus the logged in user, if you want to do something like that. I know a few of our affiliates have actually provided photographs of their in-person conferences. I think that was before 2020. That was kind of cool, I think, for the members to log in and see themselves. Another thing we ask for is your portal footer content. You can customize that area down here at the bottom. We recommend you include a link to your external website. So this one, I think it's Kansas. Let's see. Yep. Kansas, they've got a link to contact us. And some of the others have actual links that take you to their external website, like this one. Oregon has a link to their website. So if you want your educators to come back to your main website easily, they can do it that way. But it's ultimately up to you what you include in that footer or really any of the content. These are just suggestions. And if you have ideas for something else to include, we can certainly try to accommodate those. The biggest area of custom content is on that Stack Library page, which I have open. Let me get to Virginia's here. I think I had Oregon's open. So up here, you can see all this great content about micro-credentials and credits that you can earn within your state and how to go about applying to earn those credits and getting those credits. We also recommend you include a contact. We can make it so they click it, and if you look down at the bottom left, it says mail to Bright, and then it says a subject line, so VEA's Certification Bank. If you have a specific subject line you want to have as the default, we can set that for you. And then next on our form is what stacks you'd actually like to include in your library. So you can choose between only featured stacks and the full stack library, or only the full library. And as new stacks are added, we add them to your portal if you have the full library selected. And we also offer to feature the new stacks if you'd like. So you can see Virginia here has some featured ones, and then down below, they've just got the full stack library. So people have access to everything. And I believe Oregon's the same. It's just 3 across instead of 4. We have a few different configurations. I think we do 2 across, 3 across, 4 across, and then you can do as many down as you like. So if you want to feature 6, we can work with that, or 4. I think even 1 or 2 we have. So I wanted to show you, this is actually our state affiliate template. So this one doesn't belong to any specific state, but it's just kind of like a test site that we can copy to make new portals. And I wanted to show you the process for actually taking a micro-credential. If you're not aware, you just click to view any stack you like, and you can see some information about what's included in that stack. Now, right now I'm not logged in, so it doesn't say continue for any of them. I'm going to go ahead and log in. I think I have some test credentials. My son is very excited to hear the ice cream guy going by. We live in Ghana, so there's a man that comes by basically on a bicycle with the cooler on the front. He's honking his horn. So this one, once I logged in, it took me straight to it, and I was actually enrolled already. Obviously, when the person's not logged in, we have no way of seeing whether or not they're enrolled. But if we go back to that page, oops, too far. If we go back to that page, you'll see that it says continue. So let's just walk through a micro-credential. And this is the upgraded platform. Looks a little bit different than the previous iteration. We've got some information about the micro-credential over here on the right, the competency, types of evidence required. You can click to view the PDF. You can also click to view stack details, and that opens in a new tab and takes you back to the stack. And then much like the previous iteration, you have to enter some information about overview questions, your responses. This is a test one. I don't know if I really want to submit it all. But you go through the steps, you enter your artifact details and your reflection, and then you can finalize your submission for review. Now, if the person who logs in is not a member of NEA and they're not validated by the NEA membership API, which uses data from the certification bank database to validate their membership based on the NEA membership database, then you will be asked to pay. And instead of taking you straight to the micro-credential, when you click start, it will take you to a payment page where you can see some information about the micro-credential. Oops, it's looking a little bit slow right there. Something's weird with that one. Uh-oh. Must be something weird with this site. Let me try it not logged in and see if that'll take me there. There we go. So it will take you to this page where you are prompted to pay. And you can add, the non-members can add it to their cart. They can also click this link to visit their profile where they can enter their membership information if they are in fact members, and that can be used to validate their membership. So here's where they would enter their payment information. And Brandy, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the ability to do vouchers. But NEA
Yes.
does offer.
So if you're working with, this came up in our meeting yesterday, if you're working with the university or a school district or another group and they want non-members to be able to take our micro credentials free of charge, they can buy vouchers through us. And, that just gives then they can give the vouchers out to whoever they want to, so they don't have to pay. And you just email me and I get an invoice to be paid for you and send it on. We've only sold like 100% discounts, so it would be $75 per person.
So if they do the voucher, they'll go through that process and enter it where I put in my promo code. And once the payment's been confirmed, they just click the link and they'll receive it via email as well.
Mhm.
And it will take them straight to their new micro credential where they can enroll and begin to fill out the different portions. So one other area we want to talk about with the pursuers is the My Dashboard area. This has been updated recently and I think it's a little bit easier for people to use. They can see their badges if they've earned any, and they can also view their micro credentials in progress, as well as some information about how to load their badges to Badger, which is a badge sharing service, as well as some surveys and emails that they've received. They can also view their transcript, which shows information about earned and enrolled micro credentials that they can print and share. They can also view their badge collection showcase, and they can share this link right here. You can see I haven't earned any, but I think I have Brandy's open. I think I know your ID. I think it's 1820. There she is, Brandy. And she has earned a few badges. So you can see how nice they look, and we're going to remove the state enrolled field so that they don't see, there's no bias about how long it took, but you can click to see the PDF. You can view it here as well. See all this information about somebody who's earned a micro credential.
Annie, and there's also a way to get a certificate of completion now, correct?
That's right. I need to add in a link still, but it will be here, I think, in place of the date enrolled
Okay, and
on
Nick
this.
had a question in the chat box. He says, if a member is not verified for some reason and pays the registration fee, are you able to reverse the charge?
I believe that Brandy handles those situations
Okay.
because we're kind of just a proxy for the payment. We don't ever actually capture the
Right.
money.
Yes, we've offered refunds before.
But I think I'm just interjecting here. I think that Randy, you've shared before the way to kind of solve the issue of non-verification if there's a problem, to go to
Right.
the help center form, and then they don't have to pay that money up front and then go through the process of
Yes. Yes.
reversing.
Yes. And there's a sync button now in their profile that they can push themselves. So yes, if they are a member and it's not syncing, usually on Fridays it resolves itself because there's like a major sync that goes on in the system. But if they email using the contact us or form, I just push the button for them usually. Or if I need to look up their number, I look up their number for them.
Would it be possible to, at some point, to go to that screen and show them how to sync and refresh the information?
Mhm.
Sure, I can show you the screen. I don't think, well, I know this is not an actual member, so it's not going to work in the way that you want it to. This is
Okay.
a test record. Um, but they would just, what is going on today? Sorry, my connection is so spotty. They would go to my profile and you can see the sync member status button here. And
That's
they
new.
can enter in. Yeah, it was down here before and people weren't seeing it, so we moved it up. But we can make an adjustment if we need to, if it's still not visible enough. And they can enter in their membership ID. We've got an example here because they usually do seem to start with 3 zeros at least. And they're always, I think this is 10 characters, yeah, 10 digits long. They can enter their zip code or and their birth date, and these pieces of information along with their name are used to link up their membership data. And once they've saved it, they can click the sync button if it hasn't updated. Um, and that will manually trigger that integration. And that brings us actually, Sonia, to the custom questions. That is an area where for state affiliates, we offer the ability to have custom questions. Here you can see these are standard ones, and we've actually hidden the "Are you an NEA member?" because it was read-only and it just caused some confusion, I think. But if you wanted to ask for information specific to your state affiliate, we could provide a place for that and then report on it to the people who are identified as administrators of your portal. So I just opened up the admin dashboard. Yes. Here it is. For those of you who are state affiliate administrators, you'll have a special administrator portal admin dashboard area. And it gives you an overview of participation within your portal. And we had a good question yesterday about if this data includes participation before the portal was launched, and it does. So if somebody is flagged as an educator in Massachusetts, and then Massachusetts launches the portal and that person is identified as an educator in Massachusetts, they will be displayed here in their information even prior to the launch. Will show their activities. So any enrollments they had, if they earned any badges, those will show. Because this is a test environment, not a test environment, but like a template environment, we've limited it to records with the get efficient domain. So it doesn't have a whole lot of data. I guess it's not just that. We've got Brandy here too. But it is a
And
limited
there's,
group.
yeah, and I was going to comment that export, the export little button there, you can export the data down to Excel, and you can get the kinds of reports that I've sent in the past with your data. So you can get all the details of when they earned it, when they enrolled, etc.
Thank you, Sonia. That's right. And these do align with the boxes at the top, but we've also got the activity report all, which is probably what you send, right, Sonia? It's kind of
Yeah,
like an overview of everything.
everything, all the historical information since 2017, if they were active in participating with micro credentials.
Yeah, it has a few different activity types. We've got earned, enrolled, expired, last login date, new record, and rejected. So a couple of these don't apply to micro credential participation, but most of them do. And these reports are where we can display those custom fields.
Mm-hmm.
So this one I actually do have years of service and interested in membership. So if you have custom fields or if you want to add them or if you want to include more information, we talked on our call yesterday about sharing the PLC information on this report, which is something we can do.
And Brandy mentioned yesterday that some states like Nevada had some very specific questions. I think it was about, are you interested in membership if you're not a member? So they took that opportunity to rope in some potential members.
That's right. And we've got a few different options for the data types, and we've listed those out here. They can be, it can be a number field, a date field, checkbox field, which is yes or no. Default, I think it defaults to no. Text field available for custom questions, so that can be free entry or a drop down if you give us some values. And then we've got a couple more questions on our checklist. One is, who should be your site administrators? And you can just list them here. And then is there a specific date you need your portal finished by? And this just helps us schedule the building and launch of them so that everyone gets what they need when they need it. So yesterday we also talked about this data dictionary. And Sonia, I don't know if you've actually seen this. This is what we worked with your colleague Marissa on.
I haven't. It sounds great.
I'm going to do a clean state affiliate admin dashboard of, what the fields are called. He's sick, but he's chatty. He's got some cold. So for those of you interested in the PLC information, I believe these are the fields related to it. So did they participate in a PLC? Who organized it? The type of PLC, the facilitator, and the last updated date of that. And we can also provide information about orders. I don't know if we have historically though, to state affiliates, Brandy.
I think the order purchase by non-members was effective in 2001 or 2002 only, so it doesn't go back.
Mhm.
January
Yeah.
1st, 2021. And if we wanted that data, we'd have to get it out of a different source, which we can do if someone really wants it, but it's not super easy.
I wonder if it would be helpful to even just add Jamil, just add a field that says like paid or free. So I wonder how we would classify somebody who used a voucher. We do have is NEA member as a field. So that should be helpful for finding non-members too. I think we covered the whole form. Does anyone have questions about what we've seen or what we haven't seen that maybe you were expecting? I think Brandy put the form link in the chat at the start, so you can view it anytime you like. The process we're implementing is it's kind of first come, first serve. So if you fill in the form and submit it, you'll be on the list to be built. We're hoping to do a batch in March. So if you'd like to be a part of that, you should get it in as soon as possible. Someone has said yesterday they have everything but the background image. Or maybe the logo or that they want to use or something. Can they submit? And yes, you can submit and then just provide us with that. when it's ready.
And I put the email in there so they can see who to email it to.
Perfect.
Where the file upload is, go down. Where it says add file. Yep, so I put your email there.
Perfect. Thank you. And basically the form is just a means to get us started, give us a solid foundation to build the portal. So we know the key components and we can put it together. And then once we build it out, we can have that conversation with you about any changes that need to be made, or we can add custom fields if you realize that you really wanted one, but you hadn't thought of it before.
Annie, I might have missed it, but did you review the part about what micro-credentials are featured and whether they want the whole library shown or just featured shown, etc.?
We did talk about that a little bit, and we showed, I think, Virginia and Oregon.
Okay, cool.
So there is a variety, and there are a few affiliates, I think, who only do featured. They don't show the full library. So it's really up to you what you want to do. And we can change those. We usually say maybe quarterly at the most in frequency of changing them. But if you'd like to update your featured stacks or change some content on your portal, just let us know.
Do the stacks automatically update on their portal if they have the whole library?
Yes, we add them in as we add in the new stacks to the main.
Okay, so it's the featured stacks that would need to be updated as needed.
That's right.
Okay, and I'm gonna make a form and I'm gonna have Annie put it on your admin dashboard for your portal so that when you want to update it, you can just fill out that form.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right. I think unless there's more questions, we'll look forward to getting your information so we could get started on these portals. Okay, have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Great
Thank
to
Good
see
you.
one.
Okay,
you.
yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.